Welcome on everybody, you don't know it's your boy Kamani Brown, and today we're going to be speaking about the Mac Studio. Now you guys just saw the unboxing, that little montage there, and we're actually going to get into the nitty-gritty with the device herself. Now this is pretty much all I got in the box as it's on the unboxing. The power cable, the device herself, and the stickers / manuals. And nobody cares about anything here but the stickers, but no need for that. So let's just unravel this thing here. I mean, I love this cable so far. This is probably the most premium power cable I've ever owned. Apple tends to overdo it. I mean, look at this. This is braided, and this is not even ordinary braiding material. It has this rubbery feel to it. So there's no doubt about it. This thing is going to last me a very, very, very long time. So from the power cable alone, I am looking forward to what the hell is to come with this thing. Now let's just do a rundown of the feature set. Now you guys saw on the box all the specs and features, but this is the base model, which comes with the M2 Max chipset with 12-core CPU, 30-core GPU, 32 GB of unified memory, and a 512 GB SSD. Now let's start off with the front of the device. These are two USB Type-C ports, a standard SD card reader. This is the power light. Let's check the underside. Have this upside down right now, but pretty much this is the intake vent. In the rear now, pause, we have the exhaust vent, so intake, exhaust. You have 4 Thunderbolt 4 ports, which are way faster than the 2 at the front. A 10 GB Ethernet port. This is for the power, of course. 2 USB Type A ports, a HDMI 2.1 port, which will give you 1080p at 240 frames per second, or 4K at 120 frames per second, and then you have a regular 4K 60, 4K 30, pretty much everything, and of course variable refresh rate. And what we have here is a high impedance headphone jack, which is useful if you're someone who does audio production and of course for video and other media creation. And last but not least, the power button. I love the minimalistic design, and it's amazing that in this box I have power which far exceeds the gaming desktop that I built a few years ago. This is amazing where technology has reached. This thing is a thing of wonder, and I can't go back, because as much as I love building PCs, it's a hassle with maintenance and pulling down and dusting and all of that jazz. And of course the hefty size. This can go anywhere on my desk and give me way more power than I've ever had in a computer, bar none. Okay, so that's the feature rundown, peeps. And as I said, in the next video I'll actually be showing you guys how to set this thing up, which will also pretty much be a baseline of setting up a Mac for the very first time. Alright, so if you're new to the channel, you could subscribe so you guys can follow along in the next video. Now, moving on to the accessories that I actually got for this thing, because you don't know, you can't use a computer with just the processing unit and a power cable. Like, it doesn't work like that. Now, starting off with this bad boy. This is a stand for the Mac Studio. It can also be used for the Mac Mini as well. It has a built-in air filter, and it is for Spigen, however you want to pronounce it, but this is a trusted brand, at least for phone cases and other things. Now this is an essential peripheral for me because I live in Jamaica and dust is a thing. So yeah, this is what I really got this for. So let's check this out. As beat up as the box is, people, believe it or not, it didn't even come with a seal. This is the very first time I'm actually unboxing this thing. As usual, you know it goes, no need for that. And I was about to toss this out, but this actually has instructions. So the Mac just seats right into it. It shows you how to remove and reinstall the air filter. I guess you use a brush and brush it out, or a moist cloth if it's washable, and you just push it back in. Quick, easy, simple, and practical. And that's what this is all about. Now cost, this thing cost me about $34, a bit pricey, a bit on the high end, but it will be worth it. Dust is the enemy of any electronic, especially a computer. So you know it goes. Once again, people, no need for that. And here we go. I mean, this is pretty stylish. Okay, it's clear. I hope it doesn't yellow over time. And this that we're looking at right here is what I care about the most, the air filter. According to Spigen, this is supposed to not restrict airflow any at all, or at least not by much, and that's very important. I mean, one of the reasons why I picked the Mac Studio is because it has such high praises for being very thermal efficient, which if you guys live in Jamaica should know how bad the temperatures here are this summer. I'm figuring out how to remove this dust clip here. There we go, just pull back on this tab and it comes right out. And this is a dust filter. Alright, pretty sturdy actually. This I expect to last a very long time. I mean, this is from Spigen, so I expect no less. So let's just pop it back in. So we just simply fit it back into this little slot there and just snap it back in. And that's it. Easy peasy. Now let's see how the new girl fits in this. So that's it. You just simply drop her on there, and looking at it, it looks pretty good. And it adds an extra inch or inch and a half, but I mean, not bad. No, this thing is actually very dense and heavy for what it is. I think it weighs like around 12 pounds thereabout. Well, that's the shipping weight that I was quoted. This thing is very dense. Can imagine what the M2 Ultra feels like. Now getting back to this, what I love about it as well is that there are rubber feet on the bottom, which is also, if you're on a raw, yeah, boy, is on the bottom of the Mac Studio herself as well, so it's very difficult for it to slide around. And there's also rubber at the bottom of this thing as well. I don't know why, but I mean, the more the better. I mean, this thing is overbuilt, but for the price you're paying, it might as well be, right? And that's it. That's accessory numero uno. Essential accessory dos. I feel Spanish, but whatever. Let's go with it. The magic trackpad. Now you guys, depending on how you are, you may actually prefer a mouse, a traditional mouse, but my MacBook Air has spoiled me. Like literally, I've come to appreciate Apple's sorcery with their trackpads. They are bar none the best trackpads you have ever used on a laptop, and you can't knock it till you try it for yourself. I can't go back. I've been spoiled. I actually don't like using a regular mouse now. The gesture controls on the trackpads is crazy, and I think it's because it's actually glass and magnets that they use for detection of precise movement and gestures, and the haptic feedbacks are impeccable. So I expect the same experience with this. I actually got this a long time ago, and this is the first time unboxing, so well, that was pretty anticlimactic, but no need for that. Let's see what we have here. Ooh, okay. All right, before I get to that main event, we get a lightning, damn it, but it is lightning to USB-C, and it's a braided cable, so yet again, premium peripheral. I'm loving that. And of course, manuals. No Apple sticker, but I have a ton of those by now. So that's it. And here we go. Ooh, it's always an experience unboxing these things from Apple. And wow. Okay, so this is a slab of glass on aluminum, and this is the most premium trackpad I have ever held in my life. I don't know if this is a lock switch. I have no clue what the hell this is. You'll figure it out in a setup. Stay tuned for that next video. I have no clue what this is as well. Guess I should read the manual. And of course, you have the lightning port right here. The USB section goes to the Mac or to your power outlet. And that's it. It has a nice little angle here to angle it towards you, and of course I won't feel anything now because it's not powered on, and I'm stupid because this is probably the power switch, but that won't really matter right now. We're not connected to anything, and I'm loving this. This is one giant trackpad, people. It feels silky smooth, and I can't wait to use this. Apple products are meant to be used with trackpads, people. Do not knock it till you try it. And I can't wait to get into this. Essential accessory numero 3, the keyboard. Now, I've had this keyboard for a while. I've used it with my iPad. This is not a fresh unboxing. I will be doing a separate video for you guys on this one specifically and show you how it compares to the Apple Magic keyboard, which costs ludicrously more than this thing. This just cost me 30 bucks. Couldn't pass it up. It's from Logitech, one of my other trusted and favorite brands, the Logitech K380. This is it, a very minimalistic, low profile keyboard. What I love about this keyboard is that it feels incredible. It's premium. It has a 2-year battery life. It uses AAA batteries. It has a switch. You can turn it on or off if you want to save power. And the coup de grace, it can use up to 3 different devices at once. You switch to your Mac, you press button 1. You switch to your iPad, you press button 2. You switch to your iPhone or another tablet or another computer, number 3. Simple, quick and simple, and it has media controls. I love that as well. You have your play, pause, your forward, backward, backspace, volume controls, everything. And it can also be used for Windows computers as well. So this is a Swiss Army knife of Bluetooth keyboards. I love this thing. This is my go-to. And the only thing that I will be missing is the Touch ID. My MacBook has spoiled me, but we'll see how that goes. I may buckle under the pressure. So this is accessory number 3. Well, 3. And bam, essential accessory numero 4. Guys, I failed Spanish, whatever. 4, whatever. Let's roll with it. Now, this is a HDMI 2.1 cable from Ugreen. This is not a fresh unboxing. It again, I had to pull this thing to test it because I didn't want any funny business. Reading the package, there is no HDMI 2.1 official certification. It just says HDMI, and I mean, the counterfeit market is huge. So even though it says Ugreen, you never know. So I took it out, tested it with my PS5. Lo and behold, no need for that, worked flawlessly. So this is indeed a quality product from Ugreen. It is very thick. It is braided, which goes to the braided theme for that bad boy over there. And guys, I can't wait to get into this. This is HDMI 2.1 compliant, which gives you yet again 1080p at 240 frames per second, 8K at 30 FPS, 4K at 120 FPS, and the list goes on and on. You guys can look that up in your own free time. But this is it, people. Essential accessory number 4. And that pretty much completes the circle. Everything you see here in the periphery and in front of me is all I need to get going with this thing. My mouse, aka the trackpad, the system herself. This is not necessary for everyone, but you guys heard the feature set, so you guys can determine this is good for you. I highly recommend it, especially if you're in a dusty climate. The keyboard, and of course the power cable and all that. But this is it, people. Simple and minimalistic setup. I think this is me just growing up, people. I had a crazy desktop before, full of LEDs, massive graphics card, Intel i7 and whatever, and it's very hard to believe that based on the benchmarks, this little thing runs circles around that and then some. Welcome to the future, people, and the future is now. That's it, people. Of course, as usual, I'll leave a link to everything in the description below. You guys can check them out. They're affiliate links. But you don't know, people, once again, thanks for tuning in. You don't know, I'll appreciate a like, subscribe, and of course, hitting that little notification bell so you know when the next video is out. See you guys in the next one. Peace and take care.